staying with us. Of course, you're watching Mature Living, and we have interesting topics for you. One in particular today is titled Spice is Not Nice. And there's a story behind that, and there's a very courageous woman also behind that, that we've invited to come to Mature Living and share a little bit about how we can protect ourselves and our children. Her name is Ruth Rivas, and she's here to tell us a story and why she started this organization, Spice is Not Nice. Thank you for being with us, Ruth,
Thank
and
you
for
so much.
agreeing when I met you to
Yeah.
come on Mature Living and talk to our grandmas and grandpas and family members of young people. Not only young people, even middle-aged people.
Exactly.
Tell us about your organization.
I founded a nonprofit organization called Spice is Not Nice. The reason I did this is because last year, June 20th, my son, Adam Hernandez, committed suicide. Yes. And I found out through the coroner that packets of spice, which is a synthetic marijuana, had been found on his body and in his home. I had never heard about spice, so I had to do quite a bit of education and research for myself to figure out what in the world is this.
And young people know about spice.
Yes, they do. Yes,
I've
they
heard
do.
about it, but I didn't know what it was. So what is spice?
It is a synthetic marijuana. The stores that sell it, they sell it as potpourri. So because they sell it as potpourri, that means that our kids, our teenagers can go and buy it because it's not a tobacco product. However, they know that they can smoke it. And it's supposed to mimic the effects of marijuana.
What was your reasoning behind, instead of staying quiet, mourning your son, to get out there and do what you're doing?
Well,
What woman has the strength to do that? Why do you do what you do?
I do this in honor of my son. My son was a very caring person. He was always taking over jobs for his friends so that they could spend time with their family. And he would tell me, "Mom, I'm single." You know, they're not single. They're married. Their families are coming. He would do stuff like that. He was a very caring person. I know he would want me to tell people about spice and how bad it is, how it can affect your life. I know he would want me to do this, and that's why I am doing it.
How old was he?
He was 28 years old when he passed away.
Yes. How can family members, relatives, friends detect when someone is using spice or smoking spice?
They have very odd behaviors. They become paranoid, delusional. They have hallucinations, very depressed or very angry, very violent. You know, this is out of the ordinary behaviors. And if they start to see little packets of like colorful foil laying around, like potpourri laying around, that's a good sign that something is going on. And let me tell you, there is a misconception that parents believe that if they drug test their kids, it will show up whether they're taking drugs or not. Spice does not show up on regular drug testing kits.
Amazing.
Yes.
So that's how they get away with the
Yes.
use.
That's one of the reasons why it is so popular, because it doesn't show up in drug testing kits. That's why the military has a huge problem with this. If you're on probation, you know you can smoke spice. It's not going to show up. If you are drug tested at your work, you know you can smoke spice. It won't show up. It is a very expensive test.
But it's a killer.
It is a killer. Yes, because it causes people to have heart attacks, seizures, strokes. I know of cases where kids have smoked it one time and they have gone back and killed themselves.
And so it also makes them delusional and makes them harm themselves.
Yes, yes.
Wow. That is so amazing. If only we had known. But then how do you convince someone that likes the feeling or gets away with getting high? How do you convince them not to use it?
What I do, because I give an educational presentation about
Yes.
spice, what I do is I open their eyes to the reality of how it's made. You know, a lot of kids or people believe that because it's a legal product, it's safe. And I show them, no, it's not safe. Because These companies label their product not for human consumption. So that means that the FDA is not watching. Nobody is watching. So they can use whatever ingredients they want in whatever amounts they want. The warehouse or wherever they're making it, it doesn't have to be clean. Whatever their instruments they use cement mixers to make spice.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow. And you have made it your goal in life
Yes.
to spread the word and educate.
Yes.
And that's what this organization is about. Spice is not nice. And of course, Ruth Rivas, in honor of your son, whose name is
Adam Robert Hernandez.
Adam Robert Hernandez, has gone out on the crusade of educating parents, children. Can you be invited to go and speak to different organizations?
Yes.
How can they get a hold of you?
I have a website. It's www.spicesnotnice.org. On the first tab is where you can put your contact information, and then I will automatically get an email. Or you can use my email address, rriv as in Victor, as 1111 at aol.com. Or they can also call me, 915-539-5170.
Is there a last message, a warning, words of love that you'd like to offer this community as a crusader for protecting our young people, for educating our parents, our grandparents, anyone that's raising young people? It's very valuable. What message would you like to say?
I would say that we need to remain aware of what's happening around us. I was not aware of this. And look where it has taken me. I lost my son. I don't want this to happen to another parent, another grandparent, another family. This is something that can be prevented. And if I can help save a life, then I am determined to do that. And that's why I'm here today.
We're going to have a women's conference coming up, and it would be very nice for you to visit with us and maybe even say a few words.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
So you will be invited by me to many places. If you'd like to hang out with me, let me tell you.
Let's do it.
We'll go at it together just so that we can save lives. And that's what you're all about.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Good to meet you, Ruth, again. And we've been talking with Ruth Rivas, who is the founder of the organization Spice is Not Nice. And she's here in El Paso to do the hard work of educating our community. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll be back with more guests.